Every year, a number of juvenile loggerhead turtles wash up in Cape Town and they're rehabilitated by the Two Oceans Aquarium. Now, on Thursday, these beautiful turtles were released back into the warm Indian Ocean off the coast of Durban, and I'm joined on the line by Renee from the Two Oceans Aquarium, who's going to speak to us about her very exciting day. Renee, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure. Thanks.
Now, Renee, won't you start us at the beginning of this and tell us how do these loggerhead turtles end up in the icy Western Cape waters?
All right, we have this phenomenon happen to us every year. Around about April, May every year, we concerned members of the public start bringing us turtles that have washed up on the beaches in Cape Town. And we believe that they are caught in currents and then washed up here well in Cape Town. And when they bring them to us, they're dehydrated and they're quite cold. And we start putting them through a rehabilitation process, depending on what the animal needs. We see to those needs, get them eating, fatten them up, get them healthy. And then once they are ready, we fly them up here to Durban, to Ushaka SeaWorld. And they stay here a couple of months until the weather is right, the sea temperatures are right, and then they are released here where they're actually coming from.
Now, this must have been an exceptionally exciting day for you because, of course, this is months' work of love and care for these turtles, and you eventually see them released back into their home.
Yes, it was quite emotional. I warned everyone if I cried, they must just look away. But you know what? I'm not the one that rehabilitates the turtles. It's one of our aquarists. But you get very involved. As soon as that animal comes into your facility and you're introduced to it and you see what it looks like, from that moment you are involved. So when I speak to people about the turtles and how important they are for us and how we should be looking after our ecosystems to ensure that the turtles will continue, then, you know, that's my mission in life, for people to know that they have a role to play in nature and to have a positive impact. And yeah, it was very, very amazing to be on that boat and see those turtles go off into the sea. There was one that stuck around a little bit, and it was just like it was just there, and then suddenly it realized where it was and swam off.
Renee, speak to us about the importance of returning these turtles to their home instead of keeping them in some type of display facility, for instance, in the Western Cape where they wash up.
Okay, so the turtles aren't normally found around our coasts. They're temperate water animals, so they occur in waters that are slightly warmer than what we find in Cape Town. Returning these little ones to the wild, they are small, they need to grow a lot. Turtles in general are facing a lot of threats out there, including pollution, entanglement, drowning, hunting by people, overfishing, things like that. So every turtle that we can put back into the sea is a turtle that we hope will go on to breed, and there will be more turtles. These particular ones are loggerhead turtles. We also find other turtles that are washed up on our beaches. And this year we've had a number of medium-sized turtles and larger turtles also wash up, including hawksbills and olive ridley green turtles. And all of them need to go back into the sea and go back to, if they're female, they'll return to their original beaches where they were hatched, and they will lay their eggs there.
That really is very beautiful. Now, Renee, won't you speak to us about the loggerhead turtles? How big do they get, and typically how long will they live for once you've released them back into the ocean?
Well, loggerhead turtles, if I remember the figures correctly, they have a lifespan of between 30 and 50 years, and they get quite big. If you visit the aquarium, you will see we have a loggerhead turtle called Yoshi. She's in the INJ Predator exhibit. You can go and see her there. She is a rather large loggerhead turtle. And yeah, so these little ones that we've released today, they're between, I reckon, about 1 and 2 years old, and even smaller than that. And they have a long time still to go.
Now, Renee, of course, many of these turtles were brought to the aquarium by concerned people walking along the beaches, and South Africans really do have a responsibility to look after these creatures that we come across. So won't you tell us what to do if we are walking along a beach and we see a turtle that needs help?
I have to specify here, I'm talking about Western Cape and Cape Town beaches because these turtles shouldn't be on our beaches. And I'm talking about sea turtles. I'm not talking about tortoises or terrapins. So let's talk, if you find a little turtle on the beach and you can pick it up, please don't put it back into the water. Please make sure that it's in a container and it can breathe, so make holes in the container. Keep it at room temperature and get hold of us immediately. Bring the turtle through to us and we will obviously assess it and start its rehabilitation process immediately. Make sure that the turtle can breathe. People sometimes forget that they are like us, they have lungs, so they have to be able to breathe. That's why you sometimes see them go out the water to breathe. That's how they breathe. So make sure that they can breathe and keep them at room temperature and yeah, bring them to us.
Renee, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us today, and congratulations on a very successful turtle mission.
It was the most amazing day. I have amazing colleagues, and on this side, sure, it's great working with people that are so dedicated.